This is a weekly reading for Cancer the Crab. This is actually the New Year's resolution reading. It's number 2 on the countdown, so I came up with 7 different questions I would like asked. So it kind of gives you guidance for the new year, New Year's resolution or something. But yeah, it kind of gives you guidance about what's coming, going, what's going on. And yeah, I kind of gave, a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going on. Yeah. I made my own description at the end, a summary, so it's fun. Anyway, we have the main theme of the new year, which is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is you will be the subject of envy. You will have to put in effort, taking your natural born ability for granted. So you could kind of have everything going on, and then you kind of, you go off on a tangent. You make one success, and then you just kind of go off on a tangent where it's just kind of one thing built on to, what you were doing before. So it's kind of drifting. It seems like very lofty. Then we have departing energies from last year. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is confidence, self-assured, goes for the things that they want. Quick moving, shakes things up. So, there could have been a lot of things that were kind of putting yourself out there. Could have been, you could have liked what you were doing. You were in your comfort zone, and then you kind of put people off their game and, do stuff. But it was something that, you were comfortable with. You were kind of up to your own antics and doing your own thing. Mostly the Knight of Swords does that. That's what they do. So we have the next one, which is talents you will be expressing this year, which is very interesting. So Six of Swords in reverse. The Six of Swords in reverse is progress you do not welcome, change you didn't ask for, results you didn't acclimate. So you didn't like getting maybe it was kind of the attention, or maybe it was just kind of controversial. But yeah, you kind of like put yourself out there, and then you got burned, I guess, and it's kind of like, what the hell? But you kind of don't know what's going on. You're just kind of like, I tried, and this is what happens. So, And then we have the future opportunities. We have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, let's say future opportunities. Nine of Swords is all that is not as bad as it seems. The worst is in your head. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. So you could be putting yourself out there, and then you're kind of like, you're trying new things, and you're just kind of like, this is not in my comfort zone. Like, it could be bringing up emotional baggage or emotional wounds, sores, whatever the case, but you're kind of insecure about trying new things for some reason, which I find is hysterical and adorable at the same time. But you should try it, and you're going to get ridiculed, there's no doubt about it, because of your own fears. But again, being vulnerable is not a bad thing. Just don't do it too often, because people get the wrong idea. Anyway, then we have the upcoming obstacles. The obstacle is the World in Reverse. The World in Reverse is new beginnings that are unwelcome. It will be a good outcome in time. So it's kind of like it throws you off balance, and then you're kind of trying to find your bearings and then finally you'll be like, oh, okay. It could be kind of like growth, you know, you go from being a child to a junior, an adult, a young adult, let's put a young adult there, and then adult, and then, you know, on and on. As you experience things, you kind of grow from each experience, and that's how it works. Some people are scared of taking risks, and then they never grow up. It's a weird world out there. Anyway, we have how to deal with upcoming obstacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is traditional values that hold you back, a family which is a negative influence on you, a restrictive culture. So maybe, alright, maybe you have a bit of a culture clash. Maybe you want to do things and then your culture's like, you can't do that because of this. And then you're like, but, you know, kind of not in our country. It's America, or it's Europe, or it's this, or it's that, and you're like, I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity again. You're kind of playing with fire, and you kind of like the aspect of playing with fire and taking the risk. But yeah, it could, you know, just be, it's out of your comfort zone, it's out of your culture kind of thing, but it's, you know, it's either a yes or a no. There's never an in between, like you can sort of kind of do it. That's how people lose limbs in times. So you have to kind of do a yes or no. Like my grandmother says, if you put your leg out the door and we're driving, it's going to come off. So it's a yes or no. It's yes, you're in the vehicle, or no, you're not in the vehicle. She used to make that analogy a lot. She was funny. But, yeah, I miss my grandma. Anyway, so we have how to achieve your goals and dreams this year. So whenever you're watching this, Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a childish approach, emotionally immature, fantasy, rose-tinted glasses, someone who gets their own way. So you could be a bit childish, you could be a little bit of a clown sometimes. You kind of make fun of probably growing up. You kind of think of yourself as an internal child, like Peter Pan, and you're kind of like, I'm not doing this, I'm going to be a jokester, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But then, you know, it could have the wrong impression on people, and then you kind of could be taken like you were making fun of them or making a joke, and maybe you really like this person and you're just a maniac and you said some things, or you might have made a joke and they didn't take it as a joke because it's kind of serious on their end. So, you know, that's why social media and stuff isn't always the best thing. But, yeah, you're kind of gonna grow up because you're kind of like, I'm kind of an asshole, aren't I? I kind of said some things and I inserted foot into mouth, and now I have to kind of apologize and say it was just a joke, and then make sure that we're still cool. So, you know, it could be that. But, yeah. It's either you're trying to impress somebody or your family's kind of like, you can't do that. You know, we can't do that, whatever. There's some type of restriction, and I don't want to, like, you know, poke the bear too much, but it's kind of on the level of, like, I want to say ritualistic, but that's how I kind of see all religions. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, it's kind of on a religious level of, hey, you can't do that. But yeah. Anyway, so your summary of your card reading is on the basis of you may be afraid to receive. And it's wealth without the metaphor. So, yeah. So it's just, you're afraid to take the chance, you're afraid to receive the outcome, and you kind of make a joke, and I believe it was not well received. Whatever it may be. It could be a person, it could place, anything. but it's not well received, so it's kind of like you self-sabotage, and it's just, you'll think about it and you'll be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that, and you're playing it over and over in your mind. You're going to psychoanalyze yourself to sabotage yourself again, and this is a karmic cycle that continues a lot in your existence, I believe, in some cases. But like, you'll say something just to see how people take it, and then you overanalyze, and then you self-sabotage yourself, and you're just like, I shouldn't have said that. um, but what I'm going to tell you is, a lot of people do that, but they're kind of like, they don't know how sensitive a person is until they do stuff like that. With me, if you say something to me, I kind of don't really take it too seriously. Um, with my channel, I kind of have to take things seriously, but to the point, I don't hold it against somebody, because I used to be a child. Like, I'm kind of like, alright, I'm just gonna step away for a couple days, or I'm just gonna take a time out and just, think about other things and then approach the thing again. But, like, I get angry, I get mad, and I kind of need time to myself too, but it's just, once I return to a person, I do apologize for going off on my own, but it's to think about things. Like, I think I channel things a lot, and sometimes they get mixed up with when I'm talking to somebody, and stuff like that. But I do take minutes away from, like, people, and I kind of realized I was doing that. I kind of have hermit mode on all the time, so if you say something to me, I'll kind of be like, what? And then, like, think about it for a minute, and then I'll go away, come back, awkward, and then, talk to you again. But, like, I kind of, am masochist that way. Some people are. But I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's kind of one of my strong suits and one of my weaknesses, I guess. But I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt, because I've always been like a loner, and I never wanted to be a loner, but I was put in that position because I was weird as a kid. Like, I would tell people, like, what's going to happen next. Like, so-and-so's going to come out of the classroom and trip over something. Usually I was right, and usually it was the floor, but, what can I say? But, yeah, people thought I was a witch at age 12, so what can you do? Anyway, so, yeah, if you're awkward, just apologize. I think acknowledging that you're, like, your own weird or quirkiness, people find it endearing, because they kind of remember when they were awkward, and it kind of actually attaches, their emotions to yours and stuff. And, you can talk about something. It's a common occurrence amongst humans, I've noticed. Anyway, so, Cancer, this is number 3 on the countdown, and, I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow, but we'll find out. But, yes, you're going to experience a lot of people that are awkward around you, and you're going to be awkward around them. You just have to re-enter the situation, and apologize for your awkwardness. But everybody gets awkward around crushes, around friends, around people that they want to impress. So you kind of have to acknowledge that you're only human. And they're only human. They can't judge you. I mean, they're not infinite beings. But, yeah, so it's not like somebody's gonna, like, not be your friend, and if they are, then that's their problem. But awkwardness is human nature, so you can't hold that back. Anyway, I hope this did inspire you to write your own New Year's resolutions, or actually start journaling. I would start journaling if I were you, because you're going to have some crazy occurrences this year. But it seems like, it's not going to be without its flaws, and it's not going to be without its growing points. I believe that you're just kind of going to tumble through 2021, or whenever you're watching this, and kind of be like, you know, I found out that I'm really funny and I'm really goofy, and then I'm really like, I can be really sensitive too. Like, you know, you're kind of trying to balance all the aspects of your personality together. And I think that's what 2021 is going to be about. So, I hope this helps you out in some way, Cancer. And, you know, I will see you in the next one. And, you know, if I don't see you by then, hopefully before New Year's, I think. So, you know, yeah, just have fun. That's all I can say. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, alright? Bye now.